My name is Kendra, and I'm going to be talking about my internship experience at APEC Tyler this semester. I'm going to try to keep it condensed, but I keep having to re-record because I go on too long. So I originally was planning on mainly doing assistant coaching during my internship, and then also trying to shadow their physical therapy clinic that they have included in their facility and program now. But I ended up just sticking with the assistant coaching side of it and just delving into that, which I do plan to do on personal training / coaching through my master's program, and eventually goal is DPT program as well. So it was definitely a good experience to get. And overall, in every aspect, this internship has been amazing. I felt like I've learned so much from it, just knowledge-wise, skill-wise. One of the biggest areas I feel like I improved was my interpersonal skills. Like Doug puts it, you have to be a chameleon. You have to adjust your language style and just how you approach people depending on who you're talking to. And whether that be a difference between age, like a kindergartner versus an adult or middle schooler, or just their different training goals. So I definitely feel like I improved in that. I look forward to improving more in it. Definitely with like the older age groups, like high school and adult, I have felt like I had a harder time being able to connect with them, because there's that aspect too that you have to be able to gain their respect as a head coach or just as a coach in general. And I don't know, connecting with the little kids was easy for me as a mom. They're just super fun, and it's just different having to connect with the older age groups. So I look forward to continuing to work on that. Another thing that I would recommend for future interns is to take advantage of the fact that they let you use the facility and go to the fitness classes, or like the spherical or athlete classes, because I know, at least for me, a lot of this agility, speed, locomotion that they include in their training program was completely new to me. So there's like a huge learning curve, especially when it comes to some of this stuff. And that was probably the hardest aspect for me, as my background is in strength training pretty much solely. So having to coach that other stuff definitely put me out of my comfort zone, and you really do have to have a certain level of proficiency of those skills to not only demonstrate them, but also be able to give technique cues and corrections and everything. So that was one thing I felt like hurt me during the internship, because I lived so far away and I was having to balance work and everything at the same time. I did not take advantage of going to those classes enough. I tried to include those aspects in my training outside of APEC, but it's not the same as being in that group setting environment with that live coaching feedback. So that's something I would probably change looking back, is prioritizing going to those classes and becoming more proficient in it sooner. So like I said, I mainly did assistant coaching, but the head coaches were also so awesome about, as the semester progressed, they let me get a little bit more experience, and I even had me lead some classes as in that head coaching role while they were there just kind of supervising. So I led classes like LTAD 1, LTAD 3, Dynamic Athlete, even a spherical class, which is awesome experience to be able to get that in that head coach role. And again, the biggest issue that I ran into was a lack of proficiency in those skills, like the speed and locomotion and agility work. So I would get very uncomfortable having to try to coach those skills, especially in demonstrating them when I did not feel proficient in it myself. And I noticed an issue I had is I would let that knock my confidence down and affect me for most of the rest of the coaching session. So that's definitely something I want to work on going into the future. And let's see, I think that's about it. But I definitely had a great experience working with them. I'm looking forward to continuing with them in the fall, as I've gotten an opportunity to now lead a few classes for LTAD 2 and LTAD 1 moving forward. And they're also giving me an opportunity to use the facility for personal training clients in the fall. So that's going to be exciting, but definitely overall a great experience. Amazing head coaching staff, and the directors very open to allowing you in those learning opportunities and putting you in those uncomfortable situations, but not just throwing you into the fire, being right there to help you in that learning environment too. And also just being willing to talk to you and just feed knowledge to you about other subjects outside of those classes. So definitely a great opportunity. Would highly recommend it to other kinesiology students to intern there.